Greetings all, this is Hairy Nick.
And this is a less hairy Justin.
Welcome back to the Hangar Bay, our weekly show where we talk about your submitted X-Wing lists. On to the first order this week.
Yes, my beloved order.
Absolutely, the first and only order that anyone will ever need. Yes, so we polled the patrons. In fact, no, we didn't. No, we polled the patrons for what faction, but we only have one ship left that we haven't talked about yet.
Yeah, considering that we did all the other ones in Season 1.
Yep.
The last one is left. The humble TIE FO.
The vanilla TIE FO, kind of like a TIE fighter, but a bit better.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
It has a shield.
In terms of X-Wing application, it does not vary all that much from the vanilla TIE fighter. The vanilla TIE fighter being basically the benchmark for any ship in X-Wing. Way more than an actual X-Wing anyway.
Yeah, so this is 5 points more, which, I mean, you're getting a shield out of it, so...
Yes, and the dial's improving as well.
Yeah, so instead of a 3...
it's 2 K-turns on the TIE fighter and the S-loops on the TIE FO.
And also a K-turn as well.
Yeah, but just the 1 K-turn, so you lose one of them. I mean, it's not strictly better, but it's basically strictly better, yeah, pretty much.
You've also got the tech options as well on the ship, which
make the ship everything better. From that era has the tech options, including the quad jumper and everything on the Resistance and First Order and that kind of stuff. So, I mean, apart from that, it's basically a TIE fighter. You rarely put anything on it. Although, on the First Order, we have an interesting option to go alongside it with Fanatical.
Yes.
Something that the Empire... well, can't really make use of. It would be busted on the Empire.
No, they have Ruthless, which is still pretty good, but
still pretty decent.
It's not as good as this.
Nah, Fanatical's really, really decent. So for 2 points as a talent on the First Order, while you perform a primary attack, if you are not shielded, you may change one of your focus results to a hit result.
So speaking of the TIE FO and Fanatical, I think when the angled deflectors come out, this ship is going to get just a touch better.
Yes, we managed to spoil this card last week because of the premature release of Wave 4 in Australia. Yeah. Now, we don't have costings on angled deflector, and I think it's pretty safe to say there's a few key cases, this being a bit more of a fringe case, which is pretty indicative of this card not going to be very cheap. Some people are really losing their minds over this card. Calm down, guys. It's probably going to be expensive. Yeah, I think scaling against agility makes the most sense because Reinforce works with green dice. Specifically because its best case scenarios are not only things like the TIE FO with Fanatical, but also cards like Vader and all that kind of thing. But
Vader's going to be costed with it.
Yes, which is why I think it'll be costed out of being too competitive. Hoping. Anyway, hoping is the key word there. In fact, look, with all of that in mind, why don't we jump into our first list by Rollerfox, one of our new patrons, who included the angle deflectors in, but we've just cut them out, just for the sake of reviewing the list, because obviously we don't know what the angle deflectors are going to cost. The submission included the angle deflectors on both Scorch and Muse. Apart from that, we have Scorch, Recoil, Quick Draw, and Muse.
Yeah, now Scorch has Fanatical on it.
Yes, Recoil has Predator and Prime Thrusters.
Quick Draw has Special Forces Gunner and Fire Control System.
And Muse has Fanatical. And of course, there's also the angle deflectors, which we don't have costings for. Now, I don't think angle deflectors will fit in this list.
Yeah, it's already sitting at 197 points.
Yeah. Look, you've added in 2. Look, they're not going to cost 1 point. I'm saying that right now. There's no way it's going to cost 1 point. And if it does scale against agility like I suspect it will, it's still not going to be your best friend because this is going to be the most costly example. It might scale against initiative. There is an argument to make. As again, the extreme case is Darth Vader. So from that point of view, maybe it'll be okay on these cheaper FOs. But yeah.
Just speaking of those, both Muse and Scorch, they're initiative 2 and 4. So...
yeah.
Like, it might fit on Muse.
Maybe. There's a fringe case. But even so, I think, like, minimum 5 points, max 15 points. I think we have a supernatural reflexes scenario going on, guys.
Definitely.
Look, FFG might undercost it, but, yeah, look, that's the discussion. Yeah. That's where I stand on that right now.
I think maybe you could consider maybe dropping Quick Draw to something else as well.
Yeah, you could do that. Initiative 6 quick draw could go down to Initiative 4 backdraft if you really want to.
Yeah, you've then got Recoil also at Initiative 4.
Yep.
And Scorch is at Initiative 4. So if they're all at 4 except for Muse, you might save some points here and there.
Possibly. Again, it depends how much it'll cost. But yeah, it might mean you get one of them on there. Just talking of that combo, Angle Deflectors and Fanatical, I don't think it's the most busted thing you could do with Angle Deflectors. And from that point of view, it means that combo might be relatively safe in terms of costing. Fanatical is good. It's passive offensive mods, and you must never ignore passive offensive mods.
Yeah.
It's things like this, Chewbacca on the Resistance, people really seem to be down on, and I always encourage people to be very careful with these kind of effects. Fanatical is the kind of thing you fly en masse on the First Order. And from that point of view, Angle, it's one of those things. I don't think this is essentially that realistic. I think it's going to be a really fun utility card on a few key pilots, but that's it.
Well, also the other problem is it's currently only on the Resistance Transport, FFG, a couple of other ships maybe.
Yeah, absolutely. It didn't even come out in the M1 Starfighter because we were unboxing all of those things, and I made the comment early on, this needs to be in the other packs. It wasn't in the High End because it doesn't have any shield. That's fair, but it wasn't in the M1. So FFG, get on that, please. Apart from that, pretty fun looking list. I like the collection of ships. I like just 4 of good stuff on the First Order. And honestly, I don't think the loss of Angle Deflectors really hurts this at all.
No.
So from that point of view, I don't think this is a bad list.
It's a light build, but it's still got the meat on it that you need.
That's it. Recoil is a bit more expensive as well. Just rereading the ability, if you're stressed, you may treat while you're stressed in your forward front as being in your bullseye. Oh, I see.
And that's why he's put prime thrusters on it so he can keep...
when Predator. That seems all right.
The problem is, though, with prime thrusters, you still then can't focus and target lock.
Yeah, it's a little bit awkward.
But he's got Predator on there for rerolls. I'm
just looking at options here. Look, you can take a generic or Avenger. Yeah, it doesn't feel like that better or worse.
No.
Avenger. Yeah, I probably prefer Recoil, to be honest.
I think Recoil is the right one there.
It's not about the pilot ability. It's about just having a good platform. And that feels all right to me. Just bear in mind that you could put another TIE SF on instead. You could run like quick draw and backdraft and do some real tanky builds.
Yeah.
Put Fanatical on both. It would fit quite easily. Yeah. There is a real cost of fielding a silencer.
Yeah.
It's a great ship, but just be aware of that.
But now that we've got the new tiny silencer, you got to fly that around.
That's right. Exactly right.
This list is called First Order of Business
by Jedi Oswald.
Yeah.
A couple of silencers and a couple of TIE FOs.
Yeah, so this has a First Order test pilot, Avenger, Scorch, and Longshot.
Yeah, both the silencers have Fanatical and Advanced Optics.
And both of the FOs have Fanatical.
Cool. That's a collection of parts for sure.
Yeah.
I was speaking about you could cut a silencer for another SF. You can cut the SF for another silencer, I suppose. That's definitely something you can do. So Avenger, after a flying ship is destroyed, you may perform an action even while stressed. That's kind of cute alongside all the Fanaticals. There's redundant options for as your ships are getting shot.
Yeah.
If they take the shields off, you get the Fanatical bonus. If they blow them up, you get the Avenger bonus. I mean, look, you're losing ships, so it doesn't feel great.
Yeah. I think I'd rather hear another First Order test pilot and maybe save some points somewhere else.
I mean, the First Order test pilot costs the same. Yeah, so what we're trading off with Avenger is the 1 point of initiative.
Okay.
And Scorch is initiative 4, Longshot's initiative 3. So you got 4-3-4-3.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it costs nothing to have that pilot ability.
Yeah, I suppose.
And initiative 4 and 3, I mean, if you didn't already have another initiative 3, I'd just go all 4s. But really, what's the difference between 3 and 4? I mean, really?
If you're playing CIS a bit.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how meta viable that is right now. I mean, it's all about what happens at your LGS, but I'd keep Avenger in. I don't see any problem with that.
No.
So really, the real investment here is advanced optics, and I like advanced optics.
I like advanced optics. I fly that on null.
Absolutely.
And every so often, like you leave your
Just snipe a shot out there, get the extra hit. Yeah, it's solid. It's solid. I've flown against that. I don't enjoy it. Way perform primary attack. If you are not stressed, you make any stress tokens, roll an additional die on Scorch. And long shot gets you an extra die at range 3. So this is all offense. This is very aggressive. As a collection of ships, 2 silencers, 2 FOs. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it'll do damage. And if you really focus your game plan on just shooting your opponent as hard as you can. Yeah.
Well, I might even consider flying this at some stage because I now have 2 silencers.
Yeah, for sure. And I don't think you'd really fly the silencers as aces.
Yeah.
You'd probably fly this in formation and just shoot things as hard as you can, which seems like an alright strategy. These things have all got good dials. I mean, obviously the silencers, but as we were saying before, the FO dial's decent. It's got blues at all speed too, as does the silencer. That's actually quite handy.
Yeah.
I've never really thought about flying those in formation. That's really cool. Yeah, okay, that's nice. I dig that. Nice little aggressive swarm. I mean, it's not going to do the whole damage denial trick and thing like Kylo and Hate does. But nothing costs nearly as much as Kylo and Hate, so that's okay. Yeah, it's really cool. That's really cool. I dig that a lot. Let's move on to the next one. This is Thick Draw by Shauna Domestic.
Yes, now this has Quick Draw, Kylo Ren, and Scorch.
And Quick Draw being quite thick with Fanatical, Advanced Optics, Special Forces, Gunner, Advanced Sensors, and Shield Upgrade.
And this is Kylo with Hate and Advanced Optics.
And just Scorch being Scorch. And I wanted to talk about this list because it's a key function of the TIFO, which is being filler that actually really threatens your opponent if you ignore it.
Yeah.
Which I quite like. Null does a similar job, but Scorch is decent because, again, Scorch just gets more dice. That's great for a little maneuverable ship. Initiative 4. Like, it's all just good.
Yeah.
It feels like a good deal for 35 points. Apart from that, Kylo's being Kylo.
Yeah.
You could cut Advanced Optics, you could keep it, whatever. Doesn't matter. It's great.
No, he's not swole like Thick Draw, but... you know, it's still good.
That's exactly right. This is a very, very big Quick Draw list.
I don't run advanced sensors on my Quick Draw.
Advanced sensors. Yeah, it's expensive. It's 10 points. It's the key thing making it really, really expensive.
Yeah.
If it didn't have it on, it'd be 67 points, which I think is in the territory of reasonable for Quick Draw, if I'm to be honest.
But, yeah, maybe...
but the rest is fine.
If we get advanced sensors down to, 8 points or something like that...
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That'd be nice.
For sure. Also, Quick Draw's Initiative 6, Kylo's Initiative 5, so everything you can put towards that bid feels good. So you might just want to cut Advanced Sensors or Advanced Optics. You could take a 15-point bid if you were really that way inclined.
Yeah, I'd do 12.
I mean, there's no reason for that. You cut Advanced Optics, you have a 9-point bid. Let's just try something. Cut Advanced Sensors and then upgrade Scorch to Midnight. Then you have a 6-point bid, and then you have 2 Initiative 6s and Initiative 5.
That's not bad.
Midnight's an interesting ship. We'll talk about that in the next list we're looking at. While you're defending to perform an attack, if you have a lock on the enemy ship, that ship's dice cannot be modified without any extra shenanigans to go alongside it. I like Advanced Optics a lot on Midnight. I mean, you might just shift Quick Draw as Advanced Optics over to Midnight instead if you really wanted to.
But then Quick Draw's less thick.
I know. That's
it's medium draw.
I'm sorry, Shauna, I'm ruining your list. But look, there's options. Yeah. I think the key thing with the list here is, if you want to run a really, really swole Quick Draw, do that. And just make sure you get the value out of it. Because Quick Draw gets taken off the board and around. That's bad. Feel bad.
Yeah.
Feel real bad.
It's happened a couple of times with me and you just like...
Especially with Special Forces Gunner, you only get 1 bonus attack per round. So be very, very careful with that. You will not get those 4 attacks like you had in first edition. No, it's gone. Bad. Enough of that. But yeah, that's kind of fun.
Yeah,
that's kind of fun. Shauna, let us know how you go with Quick Draw because I think that's the key thing. As long as Quick Draw's firing on all cylinders, you're doing all right. You're doing all right. Okay, last list we have here is Quick Drawing Omegas by I Am the Solo with Quick Draw and 4 Omega Squadron Aces.
Yeah, now Quick Draw has Pattern Analyzer, Special Forces Gunner, Fire Control Systems, and Afterburners.
And the Omega Squadron Aces all have Fanatical. a sensible quick draw build. Not that I'm saying it's better or worse. I'd love to see Fanatical on there, but you just can't afford it.
No. Where can you maybe lose Afterburners for something else?
Oh, I like Afterburners, though. I like Pattern Analyze. I think all of these things are just good. Like, I don't think there's anything... I mean, part of me likes to have Fanatical on just every single ship. Quick Draw already has tangible upside for losing the shields. No shield upgrade, I will say.
Yeah.
Shield upgrade's a great option on Quick Draw. It's the same points.
So maybe switching Afterburners to shield upgrade if you want Quick Draw to keep using his ability that little bit longer.
Absolutely. Quick Draw only having 2 agility, making shield upgrade 6 points. It's very good. Considering it already combos with the ability, it's very, very nice. Apart from that, the OCD in me wants me to have Fanatical on everything. Fire control system, pattern analyzer. Yeah, these are all good stuff.
Yeah.
There's no additional upside to having target locks with Quick Draw, and that's where I think fire control system just gets out of control. And you might just want to try Fanatical. I mean, look, I'm the solo. If you're watching, try Fanatical, try fire control system, or switch out pattern analyzer, whatever you want to do. Try all the different things. Even Special Forces Gunner, I think, is sometimes questionable on Quick Draw, because the versatility is fantastic, but not being able to shoot 3 times makes that 10 points a pretty tall order in my mind.
Yeah.
If you're getting consistent extra shots with Quick Draw, as in the pilot ability, the extra shot you get sometimes out of Special Forces Gunner doesn't feel so good.
So what else could we use instead of Special Forces Gunner?
Hotshot Gunner's kind of cute on the TIE SF, because you can... because of the way it's very weird how that works. Apart from that, whatever. But let's have a quick chat about the Omega Squadron Aces with Fanatical. This is a really solid combo for 33 points.
Yeah, just Fanatical. It's a good card. You never feel bad with it on.
If you are a new player looking to get into the First Order, just try this combo. Play a few of it. Maybe play like 1 Kylo, 1 Quick Draw, or 1 Midnight, or whatever. Fly it alongside a heap of these, and you've got a nice... competitive learner-friendly list, which I really, really like. It's really solid for 33 points. Passive offensive mods, a good amount of aggression, a tangible upside for when your ships get shot. That's very good. That's very feel-good for new players.
Yeah.
Because no matter what's happening, you're having a good time. Either you're winning or you're getting bonuses. So I like that. I always like that as a new player.
Yeah.
Just bear in mind, you don't want to activate Fanatical if you can avoid it. I mean, if you can fly an entire game without activating Fanatical once, you've actually done quite well. It's counterintuitive, but it's insurance.
So those were the lists for the beloved TIE FO.
Yeah, really, really cool ship. Actually, we didn't have all the pilots spoken about in this particular video. We had one submitted list over the past, however long we've been doing the Hangar Bay, about a year now. Somebody mentioned Commander Malaris, but it was before the points change. Several submitted lists with null with a talent on. Points change, upgrade slots change, and we're not going to talk about things that are completely not legal and not relevant to talk about anymore. Sorry, guys. We will talk about old things that still work, even if the points have changed slightly, but we are trying to focus more on the current costing and upgrade structure. And I want to say specifically, Null and Commander Malaris are also very fun ships to build with. Null being Initiative 7 and doing all that shenanigans, and Commander Malaris having a 2nd edition version of Glitterstim built into a pilot. It's really, really cool.
Yeah, he's very nice to fly.
Absolutely, absolutely. Doesn't really combo with anything beautifully just yet, but look, as more things come out, these parts are going to become more and more relevant.
Yeah.
And the TIE FO will always be relevant on the First Order because of how it fills in the points perfectly, and it's nice and efficient. If you're a new player and you want to get into like an ace sort of faction with a lot of maneuverability, the First Order is a fantastic option.
I can 100% agree on that.
Absolutely. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. In the meantime, don't forget to like and subscribe. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Reddit, all the things for that, and down below as well. Don't forget, we also have a Patreon, and that is the real thing pushing this channel forward at the moment. It's keeping the lights on, quite literally. And yes, thank you to all of our existing patrons as well. We'll catch you in the next video.
Bye.